Ever ask yourself, Self, how do I protect my electronics in case of an EMP, an electromagnetic pulse? Well, welcome to Not My Reality. Seems like all we've been hearing about is wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes everywhere, terror threats, complete incompetence, and even his son's getting in on the fun with threats of mass coronal ejections, a modern-day Carrington event. Modern electronics have become part of our daily lives, whether we like it or not. Look, how long are you going to go without your phone? I know if I misplace mine, I'm going crazy looking for it. It does make life easier, as long as they're working. You see, the more comfortable we get with the electronics, the more we rely on technology, the more vulnerable we actually get. It's not something many of us think about every day. Well, some of us do, but you need to get a hobby. But if an EMP went off, it could disrupt and destroy many electronic devices and the technology we rely on. And then what? What the are you going to do? It's a parody. If you don't have a sense of humor, go. Welcome. Is this my reality? Is this your reality? So what the is an EMP? Not to get all scientifical on you, but an electromagnetic pulse, an EMP, is a burst of electromagnetic radiation, creating energy that can easily damage and or destroy your electronics and technological devices. EMPs are rapid, invisible, and often unpredictable bursts of energy produced by, say, a nuclear detonation, a powerful natural solar event, or EMP bombs, which can cause permanent or a temporary loss of power. Does an EMP permanently destroy your electronics? An EMP attack can cause specific electronics, machinery, and generator controls to stop working temporarily or, much worse, permanently. There are two things to consider, one being the device itself, the second being the power grid. Your device may work for a little while, but without power to recharge, it may as well be dead. From electronic devices like televisions to mobile phones and generators, an EMP could damage electronics or any device powered by electricity. The damage will vary depending on the severity of the power of the EMP. While small, handheld electronic devices, they may recover from an EMP attack. Still, systems connected to power lines, like an electric-powered grid network or a landline, might experience permanent component damage when exposed to an EMP. An EMP generally attacks solid-state electronics, so items functioning with an electronic circuit, they're going to stop working. The electrical grid would be directly affected. That's a problem, and it could take months or even years to repair and get back to normal. What are some things that are going to help us through this fucking apocalypse we're going through? Well, let's talk about non-electrical appliances. Appliances like, say, a fireplace, a solar oven, power tools that run on batteries or by hand, or generators. They won't be affected by an EMP. These non-electrical appliances don't necessarily operate with solid-state electronic controls, and you'll probably still work. Support the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, please ring the notification bell. Let's build a damn community here of people who don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. Is that you? Nah? Huh? What about manual appliances? Manual appliances are also effectively EMP proof. Make sure you have manual items in your home or at work to accomplish regular electric tasks. You can actually do a lot of cooking simply by using a hand-powered coffee percolator, pasta maker. How about a manual mixer? What about a can opener? Or specific battery-powered devices? What about vintage electronics? What about these old pieces we got laying around in our garage? Now, most vintage electronic components, they don't use solid-state grid. If your old radio or television, get this, if they use vacuum tubes to operate, you're in luck. They laughed at you for your old TV. But who's laughing now? Yeah, they're probably still laughing. Those TVs were friggin' big. What about small portable electronics? File this in the maybe category. Small electronic appliances like mobile devices, your phone, your tablet, things like that, they might survive an EMP attack, primarily if they're housed in a concrete building. However, it will depend on the location, severity, and the type of EMP. Look, I'm not going to bullshit you. An EMP attack, that's been bad news, both in the short term and in the long term for all of civilization. However, an EMP, it can be survived, but you need to be adequately prepared because there may be little to no warning. Aside from the usual survival tips, such as having water, food, and medical kits ready, functioning electronic devices will help you stay connected to what is going on. Basic DIY EMP protection, you can try this at home. Here's a few things we've learned over the way. Here's one we've all heard about, the tinfoil hat thing. Well, you know what? Tinfoil actually works. If you use tinfoil, you can make a homemade Faraday cage. I'll tell you more about Faraday cages later. These can be created by completely covering your electronics or your appliances in the tinfoil. Wrap the chosen device with a cloth, paper, or any non-conductive, it's got to be non-conductive insulation, and add about 3 layers of the tinfoil, or a silver paper as some people call it, with no visible gaps. P.S. Remember this, the shell should be well grounded, otherwise this isn't going to work. Take a hint from Oscar the Grouch. He knew what was going on. I think Oscar was a prepper. But anyway, use a steel garbage can, but it's got to have a lid. You can line the can with cloth, cardboard, so your electronics don't get affected easily by an EMP. Secure the lid with duct tape, good old duct tape, so it doesn't get knocked off easily. That can help protect some of your products. How about a metal roof or a solar panel house? Houses with metal roofs or solar panels, it should provide some protection from an EMP. But again, it's got to be well grounded. Don't forget your microwave. You can put devices in your microwave. Microwaves generally operate at a frequency of 2.45 gigahertz. They have a built-in shielding that uses non-ionizing radiation. That's what causes your food to absorb energy, and that causes water molecules to interact with each other, and they send kinetic energy out as heat. Now, the glass window of a microwave has small holes in a metal screen which can act as a Faraday cage, which keeps the energy inside the walls of the microwave. This protects you when you're heating food, but it will also work in reverse, providing some protection to the electronics placed inside when an EMP attack occurs. This is what you do. To test the effectiveness, place your electronics or small appliance in your microwave, turned off, and check and see if you receive a signal. Also, do not use the microwave with your devices in it, all right? Don't do that. What about your car? What about your vehicle? What if you got to get out of Dodge pretty damn quick? What are you going to do? Well, this is something you can do right away. You can install surge protectors or surge suppressors. These devices are designed to divert or limit the excess electrical energy caused by an EMP, safeguarding the electronics in your car. Surge protectors can be installed at various points in the car's electrical system, such as the battery, the alternator, and other critical components. Additionally, disconnect the battery of your car. That can provide an extra layer of protection from an EMP. By disconnecting the battery, you effectively isolate the electrical components of your vehicle, reducing the likelihood of damage caused by a sudden surge of electromagnetic energy. However, it's important to keep in mind that the disconnecting of the battery might result in the loss of certain features, or settings in your car. Yeah, the radio presets or the clock time. How many of you got the clock out there, it's still blinking 12, and you really don't give a shit about the radio settings anymore? But I digress. And also, you should have surge protectors on every outlet in your house. Don't plug anything in direct, just have it surge protected. That's also going to help. And if for some reason you know something's going down, just unplug everything first. Unplug it and disconnect everything from any power source. It's not going to hurt. The real solution to an EMP occurrence is a Faraday cage. Now, a Faraday cage is named after its founder, the 1800 scientist Michael Faraday. A Faraday cage, or a bag or a case, will help distribute electromagnetic radiation to the outer surface, ensuring that no charge ends up within the enclosure. It effectively acts as an EMP shield, built to redirect power from the ground. Devices inside the cage will be protected from damaging currents. Yo, that sounds like some straight up Tesla shit right there. In a pinch, in that do or die moment, if you have no other choice, you have no time, you have no materials to make a good EMP shield, you are not completely defenseless. You can use a well-grounded household appliance like a freezer or a refrigerator, even a washing machine or a dryer. Yeah, them stupid dryers. They can be used as EMP shielding. Look, it's better than nothing. An appliance can't block EMP. But just be sure it doesn't have a large window the EMP can breach. We all know some crazy shit's going on right now, whether from the detonation of a thermonuclear device, lightning, a coronal mass ejection, or some other severe solar storm. We need to protect our electronics from an EMP, and we need to be able to do it on a short notice. And in this reality, we think anything's impossible. We provided you with some simple but important things you can do if we do experience and suffer an EMP event. Now here's the part that really gets my panties in a bunch though. It is estimated that it would take, at a high estimate, $25 billion a year to protect the infrastructure of the United States against an EMP event. And I've seen estimates of about $100 per person to protect us. Now if you look at all the money we have for, let's just put it, lining people's pockets in Ukraine. I don't know why we're giving Israel money. I think they got money. I don't know why we're giving anybody money. We're broke. Enough. We need to fix our infrastructure. We need to protect our grid. What the f*** are we doing? It's almost like the powers that be, they want us back in the Stone Age. Shit, we need pretty easy control then. What do you think? You have any ways to help protect against an EMP? I'm sure you do. I know there's preppers out there that listen to this channel that know way more than I do. I'm just putting this out there for the average person. I'm trying to get a conversation going. And really, I like to piss them off on top of everything. Look, leave a comment down below. Now let's get the fuck out of here. I hear there's a sale on tinfoil at the Family Dollar. Want to all meet up?